Hello and welcome to our channel, Tech Expert Tutorials. Today we are going to show you how to create and interact with an AWS DynamoDB database. First, we will create that DynamoDB table in the console and in Python. Then we create a bucket to store our data. Then we will use Python to insert a record into that table and query the new record back from that table. I'll be including a GitHub repo in the description below. Let's get started. First, I'm going to create a table in the console. I'll give it the name customers. I want to partition by last name. Then I'm going to sort by state. Make sure those are set to string type. I won't change anything here and I don't need any tags, so I'm ready to create the table now. You can see that it's creating. This may take a few minutes to finish. You can hit the refresh key to update the status. Once the status is active, you're ready to go. I've created the customers table. It has a partition key of last name and a sort key of state. Now I'm going to show you how to do the same thing in Python. But first I want to delete this table so that I can recreate it. In order to delete, you have to type in confirm and then hit delete. Once again, you can hit the refresh key. Table doesn't exist anymore. We're ready to go. Let's move over to Python now. This is the Python code that will do the same. It will create a table with the same attributes, the same hash and sort key. In order to run this, you need to have Boto 3 installed on your system. This can be done using conda or pip. Once you've imported it, you can create a Boto 3 client. You want to tell it what type of client to create. In this case, it's a DynamoDB client. Then we call the create table function. Give it the table name of customers again, with a schema that it has the attribute with the last name and state as the hash and sort keys. Then I give it the attribute type of S, which means string. And I'm provisioning just the bare bones, one read capacity unit, one write capacity unit. This will help save on cost, and this is a demo, so I don't need any more than that. If you were running a production, you'd want to have higher numbers, depending on your use case. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and run this code. Looks like it finished. There were no errors that came back. We can check the console to see if the table is created in the database. So you can see that it has been created, and you can see it has the same partition key and sort key. So it looks like we were successful in creating this table. Now we're going to insert a record into this table. Once again, we use Boto 3, and we're importing a resource. So we're going to create a table under the resource function, resource DynamoDB table customers. We'll use the put item function in order to insert some sample data. You can see the data is in JSON format. And at the bottom, I'm printing the response, which will tell you if it was successful or not. So let's go ahead and run this. It looks like the response came back. And you see the status code is 200. That typically means that it was successful. We could go back to the console to see if the data is there, but I'm going to do the same thing in Python. We're using Boto 3 again. I give it the region name, the resource, and the table. Then I run the get item function, giving it the key of last name and state with the values that I inserted earlier. These parameters are required in order to run this function. And finally, I print the response again. Let's go ahead and run this. You can see that the data came back. It looks like the data that we inserted. We'll go back to the console, look at the table that we created. Here we can explore tables. You can use the scanner query option. You can see the data down below was inserted correctly. Now I want to go back and delete this again. So I select my table, click on delete, type in confirm. I don't need any CloudWatch alarms. Hit refresh. And you can see that the table is gone now. That's all I have to show you today. Thank you for watching. See you next time.